What's going on, Power Pups? Underdog Plays back with City Skylines. The return to Echo Lake. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I forgot how to pause. I got some stuff I want to do. Obviously, continue building. Duh. But more specifically, we'll be starting this area over here. Some stuff over here. And I want to put a train station down here for, like, the waste department and the power and stuff so that workers can get into the city. And, we'll be continuing to extend, over here in Wallowdale and on the backside, down here by the waterfront. Still not sure if I want to do fishing. I feel like there's not enough space. Like, there's not enough water here. Let me mute this for 2 seconds. Jesus, it's like blasting in my earlobes, dude. And I still don't know if I want to build on the other side yet. I don't know. Like, I could, but I'm not sure if I want to. And I think we're going to focus a lot of the stream on making Little Tokyo look super pretty, because it's very unfinished, as you can tell. I want to put, like, a custom park with one of the temples. I think there's, like, 2 different temples. Not sure which one I want to put. And I'd say that's where we're going to start today. So let's decide which one we want first. And then I'll put it in, like, the center of a park. And that way we can, like, make some money off of it. Even though I'm playing in sandbox and money doesn't really matter here in unlimited mode. So the idea, for anyone that wasn't here last time, the idea was to have 4 major, like, sections. And now it's becoming a little bit more complicated than that. Like, we were going to have residential over here, commercial over here, industrial over here, and then like a mix of stuff over here. But now it's become whatever. We're using some Green City stuff. We're using metros, trains, buses, bike lanes, and just a mixture of all sorts of things here. And at the end of the stream, we finished the university, which has a school of medicine now. So that'll boost my health perks. And we have a aqua center. Aquamarine! We got a swimming team. Professional swimmers. Anyway. So I think I want to put it, like, right in the middle here. I think I'm going with the OG temple, like this tiny little one. Right here. Or I could have it on this end. No, I think I'll have it there. And then just surround this whole area with a really pretty park. So yeah, if I can figure this one out. Because I think snapping is going to be a little bit of an issue here. Because it wants to snap to weird places. Okay, well, we'll try something and see how it goes. Because I wanted the park in the middle, and then that's not gonna work. I don't know what we're gonna do. Does it have to be perfectly even? It would be nice. It would be nice, you know? To have this area be Not stupid. But it wants to snap. And no, it's not even going to be perfectly even. But I kind of want, I do want the parking lot because I want it to look like it's an important place. Did I do the parking lot on the other one? I think I did. Yeah. Kind of allows more visitors. Yeah, this is like off by 1 block. It's off by 1 square, but it has to be that way for the temple to be even. So it's really awkward. Oh well. Snapping off. I'll turn the music back on. It was just being really loud for no reason. So I want to have some like bamboo trees, and I guess it'll be kind of a garden with some statues in it or something. The idea is to make it look somewhat natural and pretty. Also, oh, you know what I could do? If it's not gonna be straight, I don't think that'll connect. We can make it windy, like a little path that you have to go on. Yeah. Okay, we gotta do this all in one attempt. Oh no. Wait, that's not gonna work because I have to. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, we got it. I got it. Let's see here. There is like a separate Panda Sanctuary thing, but it's huge, and I don't think it'll. That feels like it would be more Chinese. We're going with Little Tokyo, so pandas don't really work. I was gonna put maybe like an animal, like one zoo building, but I don't know if that'll really look great. Double check my options here. Like the flamingos? No, that's not gonna work. There's that birdhouse. Oh boy, this is larger than I remember it being. That's okay. You can already see people in here. Wait, we're not ready yet. The people in my city are too impatient. There we go. Well, does this fit here? Yeah, kinda. Kinda fits down there too. I think it would look better. If this is the front, this would look better at the front. I think the trampoline is too much fun. We're not allowed to have fun here. I guess I'll just, yeah, I'll probably just make it look like a garden. I think that's the safe bet. Okay. Do. So, I wanted to do Night City from Cyberpunk. That's the thing I really wanted to do, because it would be interesting trying to build like a really futuristic city. Because that's not really something I've tried to do. I think that's the only thing I've never really tried to do. We've gone the other way with it, and I did like historical and, you know, old European style cities. But I've never done like a futuristic build, so I don't know. Let me know if you guys think that's a cool idea or not. Like, I know there's some controversy around the game being glitchy or whatever on console, but I also want to try it. Maybe, if not that, then I could do the city from XCOM. One of the two would work, I think, for like a futuristic build. Okay. But that won't happen until after we finish this build. So. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Leave a comment below. Let me know. We definitely want to try these, are these ones pink? Yeah, we want to try these pink flowers. Because I believe before when I did like a Japanese inspired build, I had the pink flowers and the bamboo. And it came out pretty good, so. Like, when the Sunset Harbor DLC dropped, when the last time I kind of did something even close to this. That actually might just be enough. I might just leave it as it is now. A temple. That's the information that it was given to me in the game about that building. A temple. Let's see. Advertisement campaign. No, I don't want any fireworks. I feel like that only happens with the amusement park stuff, but I don't even want to, like, mess with it. I just don't want to take the risk for that. There's no way to know if there's fireworks unless I turn on the nighttime, which I could do. I just hate building in the dark, I always say that. Okay. So yeah, I was doing an above ground metro, and I'll probably have it continue out over here, have a stop there, have a train stop this way. And I think I'm gonna have this metro. Well, the train goes down. Kinda wanted a metro stop up here between Tokyo and whatever's gonna be back this way. So I might have to do that now before it gets out of hand. We do have a post office as well. I think we're pretty well covered on that for now, until I build more housing. We do have bus lanes. I tried to get a back and forth, but it was kind of tricky with the one-way traffic and stuff. I really thought about just having one not connect to this bus station and go somewhere else. Like so. And then we can have buses go the other way. Do. I feel like this line already has 3 buses on it though. I'm not going to copy every stop. Okay, so this would be blue. Dark blue. And then we're sticking with above ground metro because it just looks more interesting, I guess. Does that work? That kind of works. cuts into the hill. That's okay. If I can smooth this out. Just a little bit. So the metro line's gonna have to get over there somehow. Either going under or over. Not sure. I think maybe going under would be okay. I don't know if I have enough space here. I feel like I have to hit this road, unfortunately. Like there's not enough room for a bridge there either. Maybe I could make this train go under. I haven't actually connected the train line, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, so let's try to actually, I know this goes up, but I think it's easier if I have that go under. Can I not have, come on. Ugh, it's just a weird angle situation. Maybe I can put it on the other side somewhere. I still need connections over here. Put it in fast forward because we're still building up. Alright, well here comes the night time, so I wanna actually, can I pause the game and then finish the train line first? To get it out of the way. Alright, we gotta smooth this out just a little bit. It looks so bad, dude. This road is like an issue. I'll rebuild it, hold on. It's just like too steep for no reason. Right here. We had 4 lanes, I don't know. I think it was just normal with trees. Alright, so when rebuilding a road, you actually have to rezone stuff. Like so. And then it'll take a while for your traffic and bus lines to readjust to what you just did, but hopefully this fixed my issue a little bit. Nope. Okay, so I think it's actually the train that's doing it. Yeah, I just feel like too sharply curving too sharp. It doesn't need to. There we go. That looks a lot better. We have space here too, so that's fine. Put like trees or whatever in the middle. Now, the other line's connected, right? Looks like it. We just have to finish this. Okay. So then the metro goes here. I don't really know if it needs to continue out that way. We do have a stop back here, which could loop around. But I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with this area. I was thinking more housing, just like lower end, maybe, or just not. I guess we could have dense housing with like a height restriction, so it's not all skyscrapers. Like, because this area is all skyscrapers, or it's going to be. I mean, you can see it's definitely growing. It looks a lot different than it did last time, because things are leveling up. And this is just how City Skylines works, is you start with smaller buildings and then eventually they grow. This one looks really cool at night. Yeah, so we'll have a few skyscrapers in between, like on this side. And that's kind of what I wanted, was skyscrapers on the inside of the city instead of the outskirts. Closer to this intersection, because the idea, like I said before, was to have the 4 sections, and now it's becoming way more complicated than that, which is fine. But I definitely wanted like this to be built up, and I didn't eventually. I mean, I didn't really plan for this, but eventually this will pay off, having a big roundabout there. That'll help me a lot with the traffic situation in the game. Finally getting some of that pink color for Little Tokyo, which is good. That'll change how it feels, I guess. At least a little bit. I think I put down a ramen shop. I also have like a lot of Japanese buildings. I know. So this is, you can't really tell, but this is a Japanese style hospital, which acts the same way as the general hospital. We also have all these things. Drive-in Oriental restaurant. Guess this can be somewhere in here. These don't really stand out as much as some of the other unique buildings, which is kind of nice though. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it does cover that area. Okay. I think we're gonna shrink down this district. Because I just wanted it, like, there's a tiny little hill in the map here, and I just wanted it on the hill. So Wallowdale is like my commercial with some skyscrapers. And then obviously Little Tokyo has leisure. I think I was putting some low-end houses in here, yeah. I believe I used European Suburbia, which is like a content creator pack. What the hell? I thought I had a fence here. Deleted my fence. I gotta fix that. Didn't delete anything, did it? No. I wonder if we'll get... I mean, I always ask that, if we'll get, like, more, content creator packs for console, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think we're more likely to get a sequel. Game's so old, and I really believe that they'll probably focus on getting this to next gen. That's probably what they're doing. with a little update so that you can have like even bigger maps, that would be crazy, dude. That would be so good for City Skylines to have that. Because, I mean, you would have more space. And your game would load. Because this game, I feel like people don't understand. City Skylines is probably one of the most underrated in terms of performance. Everyone talks about how good this game is, but the fact that it runs as well as it does on last gen, on like PS4 and Xbox, is kind of mind-blowing. Like, every time I play it, I'm like, dude, there's so many little nuances that this game, like, it shouldn't be running as smooth as it does. It's kind of wild. It's really impressive. Like, look at the speed of the camera. Planet Coaster doesn't even have that. Yeah, Paradox definitely knocked it out of the park. And I know this game just... did it just get put on the Epic Store, or it's going to be put on the Epic Store for free? That's a big deal. I think this is 1,000% worth it. For anyone that likes simulation games. Or just, you know, chill building games, I guess. Okay, so I gotta put down a train station over here. We're going with passenger trains. I'm not doing any industry cargo on this map. We did a lot of that stuff before, and I don't need to do more of it. I'm actually gonna have this come all the way across. Oh wait, this is a smaller road. Okay, that works. I'll have to have some sort of highway connection down here eventually. Not really sure where I'm going there, but I'll figure it out. Because I know, wasn't this... I'm pretty sure this, that City Skylines was on, like, the Xbox Game Pass for $1 at one point, too. It's like, they're just handing this game out. They just want you to play it. They're like, please. It's good. Trust us. Oh my god. I cut off the power to my entire city. And I didn't realize that it was going to be this serious of an issue. I mean, I knew cutting off power was bad, but I didn't think the game would freak out the way it's doing right this second. Sorry, there was a power outage. My fault, guys. It's all this. All my power is connected by this one line to the nuclear plant down there, which has me believe that I might have to have like another power station up here, like just solar for backup. That's probably actually, yeah, that's what I'll do. Do-do-do-do. Alright, we're getting a lot of demand for stuff. This is the inside. I think this is still Little Tokyo. I believe these metro stations create noise, so I'll have to put shops around there. But I want housing on... Because I do want to boost the population. Not like too much, but just a little bit. I don't know if there's a difference between high-end and low-end leisure commercial. I think most of it's the same, but it looks like these have leveled up to be larger buildings, so maybe there is. I didn't think there was that much of a difference. Because like all the hotel district stuff is the same, no matter what you do with it, so... I thought leisure was that way too. Could be wrong. Might have to push this out just a little bit because it's cutting off my zoning. Oh, that's what we want to do, but it just doesn't look right. See, we have this little space here. That's what I want to do. That looks better. Okay. So that way we can get buildings on both sides. I'll probably try to push back here. Hey Swiss, how's it going? Try to push back here on the district. So that we can have whatever this zone is gonna be on that side. Yo, Swiss, I passed out last night so hard. Have you ever been like just immediately unconscious? And then you like wake up but you can't, you like don't move and you just are like, yeah, I'm not leaving my bed. That's kind of what happened. I woke up and like opened one eye. I was like, nope. And then I went back to sleep. I don't even know what time it was. But I know I think I messaged you. I don't even know. I feel like we were talking. And then I think I like messaged you while I was like half in a dream or something. It was weird. I'm a heavy sleeper. I sleep like a freaking log. Anyway, I was trying to put a solar plant up here. Just one. I don't think we need much more than that. just for like backup power in case the nuclear plant explodes or something and I get a 3-mile situation. I don't want to have a Chernobyl disaster on my hands here. Alright, so the train station should actually go on this road. Like this? And then that's just the end of the line? No, because, well, maybe it needs to be on this side. Because traffic in needs to come down here too. I might have to figure this out. Is this too far away though? Like I can't get it much closer without destroying things, and I don't want to destroy things. See, this is why I don't like building at night, because now I can't even see. I can't even see where my train line is. What the hell? Why do I always have to have weird angles? Okay, so I needed a connection there. That might work. I mean, it should. It's a little bit weird. But it's also out of the way, and it's not like cutting through everything. Which is, I would rather have it do that. Unless we have something like this. Which one looks better? Left or right? I feel like left. Okay. I mean, the train has to go a little bit out of the way, but the people don't mind, right? Gonna have a crossroad up here too. There we go. Alright, so we have a connection there. We have to cross there. We don't have a choice. This crosses here. I don't really have a choice for that. And then this goes over. And then we have a train connection here. Which is not finished. We have to do the roads first, I think. Alright, so we knew these roads were gonna be boring. The question is, where does this one go? Do we want to go down or up? Back this way into like the mid and then connect. I think that's what we have to do. Maybe go all the way out. Like, there's a lot of land out here, but there's not a lot of, like, farming or anything. I could try to make a forest industry thing, but I don't know if it'll pay off in the end, because I didn't do it earlier. Okay. Go right on the edge here, and up here we connect somehow. Some of these slopes just come down like instantly and they don't look great. There we go. Well, that's a little bit better. Might just have housing out here, I don't know. I feel like that might be boring, and I don't want it to be a boring build. It's is a shame that this map, as you can see, doesn't really give me a whole lot except for on the edges. I mean, we have oil back here, but it's kind of out of the way. I could probably try to build a little bit out of it, but it's not going to really benefit me. There's also a lot of forest back here, too. I don't know. I want something that will make sense, but also not look stupid. And that's a tricky balance. Okay, we can go back into fast forward. I'm gonna hard save. Confirm the overwrite. Come on, game. Okay, now we have our connections done. And traffic can get to wherever it needs to go. This actually might just be a dead end back here, which is probably not the worst thing ever. Actually, I'm gonna curve this down. Maybe not. Yeah, I might not even have it continue that way. Because we got this hill. I don't know what the deal is with this. But if I build a road along the side of it like that, okay, that's what I'm going with. We were doing bicycling through the whole map, I think. Except for like the important roads that I need. Like these ones. These are kind of, what I call them is backbones. Because they are like the backbone to your city. Like sometimes you have to connect certain districts just for traffic. So everything is now connected. And every other road after this is just extra. And then we build the shape like so. I kind of don't hate having this like split here. That might be cool. Having like these be straight and these be a little bit diagonal. I didn't forget about the pedestrians, don't worry. I have a path there now. Actually, I have space here. That would be cool. Right? If I can fix this a little bit. Oh, come on. Maybe have that be a bicycle bridge. Because this road doesn't have bike lanes, and I don't think it needs them. Somebody suggested that we do bicycles throughout the whole city, so that's what we're doing. Which means this road's gonna have to be the bike road. Is again gonna break my wire. Okay. So little unique buildings like this aren't gonna bring in too many visitors, but they definitely add the flavor that I need in this area. What else can we do? These are nice to like just throw in anywhere. Little plain office buildings. 3 of them here. They work really well in the center of a city. like to have a unique building down here somewhere. Maybe just a hotel. But I feel like this works better on a corner. So, right there probably is the best place for it. Get a commercial store down here. Why not? Do 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 do. Okay, how many students do I have right now? Does it tell me? Uh, 1154 of a possible 3751. And yeah, garbage is gonna start to be a problem. Because we didn't do recycling on this map. It's probably gonna come back to haunt me. I guess I'm gonna have to do it over here. And I gotta get a water filter thing. There we go. Okay. And just hope that the water filter works, because this is like going right back into my city. I know it's not sewage, but it's pollution, and it's gonna get into the water somehow. That's what we don't want, obviously. That would be a major disaster. That's how you kill off your city right there, is you screw up with your pollution and gets into all your watering, all your pipes and stuff, and then people start getting sick, and it's happened before in this game to me, at least twice, and I learned my lesson very quickly. I was like, okay, we're never doing that again. So hopefully it doesn't happen here, but I'm kind of nervous about it. I'm not sure how effective these actually are. There's no way to really tell. Like, even if I look at the pollution meter, which I guess technically is under garbage, but if I look underwater, Because we have noise pollution. There we go. So, like, you can see the brown, but these buildings are supposed to be this way. So you just know that that's where they are. And then this is my sewage out. And then we have another dump over here. So this one that we just made is gonna eventually spread like this. And I don't even think I have a water treatment center over here. I don't think so. Nope. I have to put this down somewhere. So usually what you do is you surround these dumps or waste treatment centers and stuff like that with a little bit of industry, just a little bit, not too much, and then around that you do generic office. Because offices are immune to pollution, because technically they're also industry. And then I guess this will be its own district now. Till we figure out what else I want down here. I could have this as like a shipping port. That would actually make a lot of sense. Like, this is sort of... Okay, but if I do that, we need to know something. There's no way I can have a water connection here. No. What's the deal with the fish? It's all salmon. There's a little bit of anchovies out here. I could do fish, but I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna make me any profit. Because that would help a lot. Because then at least I have some sort of industry, even though it's not like a major one. Probably use this down here somewhere. I could get a train line back here and then have cargo. And then this would become like the industry road, which would be okay. Heavy traffic. I mean, that gives me something to do. It would make this area functional. Yeah, I guess so. Alright. So let's do this correctly. Shipping as in, like, things going in and out. Not shipping as, like, we have boats. Although we do have boats, but they're fishing boats, not like a functional harbor or anything. Power, water, smoke. We don't have recycling in this map. School's out. Educational blimps. We're putting this in every district because we have blimps and we might as well just turn that on. Because what? There's no cost for it, so this is like one of the few benefits in the game for policies that has no negative effect whatsoever. So why would you not just turn it on if you're using blimps? I should do park maintenance boost in Little Tokyo. Automated sorting. This is for post offices, though. City offers fishing licenses for citizens in exchange for a small amount of money. Yeah, we'll do that for this district. If you want to go fishing, we'll take you out on a tour, which means I have to add a little tour boat. But I feel like nobody's gonna live in this section, so I don't know how that's gonna work out. Okay, so in order for this to work really well, we need a few things. We need a warehouse yard. Probably for generic goods. Is the other one full? I mean, it's doing pretty good. Unless we want a specific resource here. I don't think I can do fish. I don't think that's an option. I could send in oil. Oil's always important. Cannot be imported, has to be produced locally. Okay. For the unique factories. The fuck was that? The stream farted. Let's just do oil. Let's do import oil for now, and then if like at the end of the stream, if this is still empty, I'll change it. But I think that might work. Maybe. Because we have highway connections right here too. So it's not actually in a bad place. We don't have any oil on this map, but I have oil on other maps, and I have bus connections between the two maps. Or between whatever the other map was that we had. So I guess if there could be a multiplayer aspect of City Skylines, it could actually be connected to the industrial stuff too. Because you could like ship stuff to your friend's city. And they don't even have to have it like, oh, we can work together on the same city. Like you build one city, I build another city, and then somehow our products and exports and stuff can like be shared. Or say if you have this like one of these bus hubs or something, or a train station, and then you connect it to the edge, and then your friend builds a train station, and it's like you're sending your citizens to their city, or I don't know. Because I've heard people say they want multiplayer, but then I'm like, I don't know how that would work. It would be interesting, because Tropico has that, and not many people play it. Like, Tropico's not super popular, and even the people that play Tropico don't play the multiplayer, which allows you and a friend to build on the same map together. And actually, you can even compete, which is kind of funny. And, like, you can go to war with each other, basically. It kind of turns into Civ at that point. Alright, and then we have to figure out what these other districts are gonna be. Do. Poggers. Okay, that works. Okay. Don't worry, I'll add the fishing line. I just want to make sure that we have water first. That's more important. Okay, I think that's covered. Fish. I put it as like any fish, but this is probably gonna be all salmon, right? Fish just going up and down this river. So you know what? It's not gonna change. The type of fish changes with the deepness and the speed of the water, by the way, in case anybody was wondering. We're just gonna pause, and then I have a specific... There we go. Salmon. We'll go to like out here, and then we'll make a loop. We'll go around under the bridge. It's a short little thing, but I think that might be all we need. Do 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 do. Okay. I put a school back there. I also probably need a second cemetery. Now that we're at almost 20,000 people. Obviously, this is going to be empty. Where's my boats? There they go. Okay. Took a second. Should we finish the blimp line? Or should I add another stop for it? Because I think the payoff of the blimp is the visual of seeing them fly around. Should probably have one over here. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So this is a depot. That's where they come from. So we're building the line right now. Do do do. Can we go right over the middle of Little Tokyo? I guess we have to. Okay. Now we just need power and water to every stop. Okay, let me... I had to move some things around. I might just keep it up. I don't know why it has to curve so much. Do. Alright, so now we have a power line that's actually connected again, which is what we needed the whole time. Health check. We could probably use one way over here, too. Yep, that helped. Education check. Actually, pretty good for now. I might need one on this side, but we'll do that later. Fire check. Okay. Now we can complete the blimp line. It might go back. No, it does go all the way around. Okay, cool. We're gonna get a line both ways. So these act like buses in the sky. And it's been a really long time since I've had a blimp going around in a city, so glad to bring this back because they are really cool. There they go. There's gonna be a lot of them. It's gonna look kind of crazy at first, but they'll spread out. I get all kinds of advertising on the side. And whenever they fly over an area, they actually spread a little bit of education. Wash your feet, brush your feet. What? Excuse me? Books. Eat your broccoli. Read your books. Read books. You know, that type of educational content that we all want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like a whole line of them. We got an army. Led Zeppelin's here on the stream.
Holy moly.
Okay, let's decide what we're doing over here. I think it's just gonna be low-end commercial zoning. I'll have to have a unique building over here too. Of some sort. Small business. I'm looking for something and I'm not seeing recreational use. My citizens are gonna get high. So yeah, this is all shopping. They're just floating in the air, waiting for the other one. Like I said, it takes a while for the blimps to do their thing, but they'll get there. They'll spread out, and it'll look cool. Or they'll all just cluster up, and that'll be an interesting thing to see from down here. Okay, I probably don't need to zone all that, but there we go. So the power and waste area is covered. This is commercial zoning, and now we have a whole thing of green down there, which means we need to build housing, but before I even get into that, let's decide what kind of unique building I want. I could move the museum, but I don't think I want to. The museum needs to be near the center, because it's a really good thing. Could get a mall. Could have like the fancy mall. Like right there. That would be kind of wild. And unexpected too. Because it's kind of close to the nuclear power plant. I don't think anyone would expect that. Or I could put it down here. Which actually doesn't help me too much, but I don't hate it there. We also have the winter market. Like I said, I don't think I'm doing a Christmas build this year because I'm doing one in Planet Coaster, and I think doing one in both games would be overkill. But this is what this looks like. It's just a winter market. It's like a flea market with a Christmas tree in the middle. Actually, I mean, I can leave it there. There's no reason not to have this. But it's not what I'm looking for. Maybe one of these. Yeah. Okay. Get some, like, a mall on the outskirts. How's the hypermarket looking? That's probably better. America. Actually says America on it. Doo 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 doo. There's like a saxophone playing in the background or some shit. I don't know what is happening. I think we did all the pathing that we needed to over here too. Like, we're already done with that. I don't need too many pathways. Alright, so then the rest of this has to be residential, like I said, a long time ago. We're just gonna put a height limit on it, I think. We'll have the train line be the divider of the district. If anybody's lurking and you have some points, the PowerPoints in my Twitch chat, you can spend money on returning coal to Santa, because he's kind of a dick and he sends kids coal when they're naughty. Or you could spend 1,350 points, which is a really odd number, to name the district after something Twitch appropriate. And somebody already did that over here, and they selected your mom. What a hilarious joke that was. Or don't. Power, water, smoke. Parks and education. It is going to be a residential area. Should I do green cities? I did green cities on the other side, so I don't see why I wouldn't. Gotta turn that. Educational blimps on. Recreational use on. Tax raise. High-rise ban. Encourage biking. Okay. I don't think we need to do anything else there. Boop, boop, boo, doo, doo, doo. So that's almost full, but that took a long time. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We're getting some oil out here. I see some. Okay, the oil's coming in. Now, will people buy it? Will the businesses in my area actually buy this? Because that would be important. Okay, let's start zoning. This is how we do it. This is really gonna boost my population a lot. Like maybe too much. I don't know why that needed its own little water line. I guess it's sticking out there. We're not bringing in any fish. Wait, how are we not bringing in any fish? Hold on. Says he's got fish, and then we still have 0 fish? Well, that's not good. We'll just turn off the fish factory for now. We're trying to sell some canned tuna, but I don't think it's gonna work. Okay, so now that we have zoning started, we have to go in order. And I'll probably need another hospital down here. So if I could get a hospital, that would be cool. Hope that's not too far out. Actually, it might. Actually, no, it won't be because it'll spread a lot of space. Plus we'll have um the other ones. We'll have the other medical centers, like the clinics everywhere. So yeah, I think it'll be okay. Education. Okay, we'll get another library. Should we get another community school? I think so. It fits there, so why not? It's too close to the other one, though. That's the problem. It, like, works there, but then it's, like, right next to the other one. And it's too obvious that I'm, like, using it. So we'll get one way over there. Community schools are just a fancy elementary school. I know I've said that, but I need to make that clear for people that may not understand. And we get a high school there. Then we have a high school here. That actually might be enough. We might have to get one back there. And then that should be good. Like, we probably won't need another one. Maybe one back here for this section, but we're not doing that right now. Then we do our fire departments. That little area should be covered. Okay. Police. We have headquarters there, headquarters there. Headquarters there, so we just need a station somewhere back here. Do. We're just covering our utilities, and then we go into our park. We need one that fits here. Might have to do a unique building or something. Could get a train museum. I think I'll probably just do like a very basic office building in the middle. Yep, that works. Okay, now we can sit and fast forward for a minute. Just wait for the game to kind of do its own thing. Do. So by the time this VOD goes out on YouTube, it'll be probably past Christmas. I'm gonna just assume by the amount of streams I still have left to post publicly. And I hope everybody had an amazing holiday. For the people in the future, I hope it was good. And for the people here in the past, I hope it's good. I don't expect much ever, but especially this year. I don't expect any big presents or anything crazy. Probably get clothing, which is fine. It's kind of what I need. Socks and undies. That's the gift for a real man like me. We still have bus lines and metro lines to do here next up. I'm just kind of waiting for the game to fast forward a little bit. Solve some of these unemployment issues by deleting the buildings. Close it down. Nobody wants to work at these factories. I wish I had an undo button. 'Cause I didn't mean to do that. What if I just put a bunch of these? Sometimes I get bored, okay? There's so many people walking down the street. Holy cow. Look at this bus lines. What's up, Swish? What? I'm playing a video game. I'm making a city. Appreciate my talent. Please, somebody. How am I gonna spend my Christmas? Is that what you're asking me? Probably just invite my mom over and have some dinner with her and exchange gifts. And then we're gonna watch Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman's gonna be available on the 25th for HBO Max, and I already paid for, I already signed up for HBO Max, so I already have it. We'll watch Wonder Woman together, because she really liked the first one, and I know she's into like feminism. So she'll probably enjoy Wonder Woman. So that's it. That's my whole plan. It's not a very fancy Christmas. I got a tree, I got some lights. Don't worry. It's just nothing special. Just me and my mom's. It's been that way for a while though. Like, all her side of the family kind of is like paranoid about the COVID situation, so I get it. I wasn't really gonna... I'm not into like big family gatherings anyway. It's just not my thing. This ain't for me, yo. I should probably do some of these major intersections if they're not already done, but I think they're done automatically. Yeah, it looks like they're being done automatically. Let's just start from one side of the map, okay? Okay. Let's just cover this major road. Oh yeah, actually that needs a light there. Intersections are annoying, because it's like you kind of have to do it. I don't want to do it, but I kind of have to. So I don't break the game. Like, this should be the right of way. Okay. This is gonna be busy too. Why, what are your plans? If you have any, let me know. Christmas! Like, it's not like I can go do anything anyway. Everything's closed. Not just because it's Christmas, but for the, you know, that global pandemic that happened. Remember that? Ah! I don't even remember the last time I was at an actual party. Years. Been years. Actually, one of these needs to be a... yeah, this one needs to be a light. You're gonna take your cat? I'm bringing my cat with me. I'm going somewhere? I'm bringing my cat. Every cat I've ever had in my entire life has hated being in a car. So I don't know how you're gonna transport this animal from one place to another. But good luck. Do 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 do. Oh, I see. It's not that far away. I have family members that are like half an hour away. But it's not even like, I'm just not gonna deal with it. My cousin was like going to college during all this stuff, and he got like sick, and then everybody was paranoid that he had COVID, but it actually ended up just being the normal flu, and then everybody was like, oh. And I was like, you know what, I'm just not. Yeah, that's okay. I don't want the flu either. Like, it's just, I'm not dealing with other people right now. Not about that life. I'll see him eventually. I'm not worried about it. I don't know if this needs to be a light or not, because I feel like it's not busy enough down here. Okay, well, I got all the major roads done. It should be fine for a while. We can check my traffic. Yeah, so like in this road is kind of what I expected to be red anyway. Cause this is like the major in and out of the city. And then down here. I need to show you my tree. I don't think you're ready for that. I don't think you're, like, emotionally prepared for that. After I saw your tree, Swish, and, yeah, I don't know if we should do the comparison of trees. I don't want to, like, crush your soul forever, you know? Not yet, at least. My tree is kind of fancy. That's all I'm saying. It's kind of fancy. It's not real, I can tell you that, but it is fancy. It's non-organic. It was created in a scientific lab with nanotechnology. Super advanced. It's actually self-aware, so, you know. Speaking about nanotechnology, there's a nanotechnology center in my city. Wow, what a cool transition, underdog. Help. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of oil brought in. Just a little bit. It's enough for now. And we're gonna need a power plant down here too, I think. If I show you my tree, you're gonna see my window. That's really awkward, because I have a big ass front window. Like, that's kind of my house. I feel like they built that window before they built this house. That window is, I have a huge ass window. Like, it's kind of ridiculous how big it is. It's just like the front of my house is just a wall of glass. It's kind of sketchy, actually. Because of my view. They built it just for the view of the lake. Alright, well, I mean, it's a pond, but there's a pond across the street from my house. And it's like, it's preservation land, but people hunt on it all the time, which is why I have like a perimeter fence and cameras so I can catch people hunting when they're not supposed to on my land. And it's really annoying because it happens all the time. I had a guy recently in his truck, like, parked across, like, he was parked right in front of my house, like, in front of my big ass window, and I was staring at him through the window. I'm like, dude, I can see you. The fuck? I don't know what that guy was doing. I think he was hunting for turkey. Ding 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 dong. Okay, well, I put, oh boy. So all this housing filled out immediately. Alright. This is gonna, my population's gonna skyrocket, I think. here in the city. It's like I know the song or something. I've heard it 87 times today. Non-copyright music in video games is amazing, isn't it? I actually got claimed on the Mortal Kombat stream I did this week, and I was like, are you kidding me? For 6 seconds of the Mortal Kombat theme. Not even in the game. So, figure that one out. I don't know. Just don't know. Alright, that'll fill out real quick. Look, it's already going. It's already doing its thing here. So, I did put a height limit on these buildings. Just so they won't be crazy skyscrapers like these. But they can still get, I think, like 5 stories tall or something. Like, whatever this is, I think this is as tall as they can get. And then we get this unique building here that can stand out. That's fine. 'Cause I just didn't want massive skyscrapers everywhere. I think that'll be unrealistic. They don't really boost your population as much as you would expect them to. See, this one is 25 households. There's 39 young adults, 20 adults, 26 seniors just in this one building. 51 highly educated people. Wow. This one has more than that. How? If this one's taller... 25, 26, 25... I think that's the max, right? 26 is the max? We got some insurance buildings down here. Okay. The question is, do we just wait? I think we just wait. How much fish do I have? Like, not enough. I might just... I might just delete this. We're not gonna get that much fishing out of it. Then I don't really need it. And then we can, I guess we'll replace it with something. Could just do something boring like an office building. Wait, I didn't put the shopping center down? Oh yeah, I had the other hyper market. So that means I can put this one down then. Okay. Is this gonna be the end of my metro line? Probably, right? I don't need to bring it out any further. We'll have bus lines going down out here. I mean, the metro out here ends. I could make a connection, but I don't see a point in doing that. So I think we'll just... I think we will just put the line down now. So these can go two ways. But we're gonna have a line from one end to the other, and then back. And then we're gonna have a line. Wait, where's the... Oh, there we go. Barely see it in this view. Got a metro through the middle. Alright, and then... I know this sounds really stupid, but I actually need to... Because I don't... I was gonna just have it go back and forth over there, but... Oh no, I can't... The school. School's in the way. Okay, well, move it. Right, so now... Get a line from down here, over here, and then back. Because I was gonna have it go down and then back here and then switch over, but why would I do that? I don't even think I need another line. I don't think so. I think we're covered. Unless I get like an extra line from down here to there and back, but that would be, I feel like, a waste of a train. One of the cool things you can do, click on it, see exactly how many people are on it, and you can follow it through. So let's follow this one for a second. And this allows you to get a really nice view of your city too. A nice view of the public waste center. Oh wow! Jesus. The fact that Twitch had to clarify that you can't use racial slurs in such a blatant way is really awkward. They could have just said, don't use, or they could have just said, any use of racial slurs is completely banned. Like, you will get insta-banned. That's what they should just say. Period. Without picking one word and saying, hey, this specific word, don't say this one word, because they're either all okay or none of them are. And context absolutely matters for that sort of thing. But yeah, so Twitch has had some weird rule changes, but the rules in my chat never change. Rule 1, no links. Rule 2, no racism, which includes all the words that are probably already blacklisted, but if you find a way around that, I'll ban you. Hate speech, same type of thing. That includes harassment. I have to add spaces to that message. Nightbot, what is going on? Don't spoil the end of the game if I'm playing a story-based game. Like Shadow of War or Wolf Among Us, for example. Those will be the story games for a while on my channel until we beat either one. And then I think once Nier Replicant comes out, I'm not sure on the release date of Nier Replicant, but I'll most likely play it because I haven't played it in forever. And it's more of a reboot than a remaster because they kind of had to make the combat better and more like Automata. Because obviously Nier Automata has incredible combat. Like it carries the game. You don't really need much else besides that combat. So I'm excited about that. But I don't know if there's like another story-based game coming out anytime soon that I really care about. I mean, I do at some point I do want to play those Spider-Man games, but I just don't know when that's gonna happen, unless I get one of them for Christmas or something. I didn't ask for it, so I don't expect it. And then the next Horizon Zero game, like Horizon Forbidden West, I believe is the name of the sequel. I'm excited about that as well, because Horizon Zero Dawn was probably one of the best PlayStation exclusives to come out, and I loved it. Yeah, I liked it. I liked that DLC so much, I almost considered doing like a second playthrough of that game entirely. Because that DLC, the Frozen Wilds DLC for that game, is probably one of the best DLCs I've ever played. Like, just straight up. Because not only does it give you so much to do, but it introduces new mechanics that cover across the entire game. It introduces new weapons, new gear, new monsters, completely new area, a new story, new characters that exist permanently. Like, they're in the game. And, it's just really good. And some of the hardest boss fights, too. So if you like raging against bosses, that's probably right up your alley. You don't really expect it to hit you as hard as it does. Like, you're like, oh, I've beaten bigger robots than this, and then you fight it, and you're like, well, now I'm dead. I can't believe how fast this, like, it really wanted population. I don't even know why. Do have a dead end over here, but that happens sometimes. I did kind of want a few dead ends in my city. Could add a park back here. I mean, I have all this empty space. But you'll notice, backseat gaming is not one of my rules, so feel free to, like, suggest that I build something in this game. Especially right now, where I'm just like, I have space here, which I can leave it empty. That's fine. But we're like in the negative, and my budget's pretty high for this city. so I'd like to get a little bit of money incoming here. And parks are actually a good way to make money. I know that sounds silly, but it's true. We've made $48. Woo! See what I'm talking about? This is where the big money is, right here. Okay, that was a bad example. Oh, let me check this one. $300. Woo! Let's increase the price to 15 on these. I know it just auto-saved, but I'm gonna hard save too. Actually, we might be able to just finish this build today because not much else is going out here. These are like the outskirts. I know that looks really stupid, but trust me. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Sort of. Sometimes. Get some weird shapes, because I can. Actually, I'm gonna do parallel. I was gonna do cross streets, but that won't look good. Yeah, I'm not even gonna do that. Because that would work. Yeah, I don't think we actually even need that. I might just leave it, like, empty out here. Because this is farmland, but it's not enough farmland to make, like, a industry profit off of, which I was complaining, like, when I first saw what this map layout was, I was like, dude, this is just not... Why would they do this to me? Because the terrain tools don't allow me to adjust that, and I would love to. Like, if I could, I would add more farming land over here. It's just not an option. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think we need many more roads. Besides like an off-ramp, on-ramp down here. Change this direction. Okay. And now, what we do is, try to add something at the end. As like a PowerPoint to connect the electricity. That's gonna eventually have to go over here. You're gonna go watch something? What are you watching? Is it porn? It's inappropriate. I don't know what movie I'm watching today. Watching Netflix? Yeah, but what on Netflix? Like, a show? A movie? You guys get American Netflix over there? Because I think there's a Canadian Netflix that's different than the Netflix that we have. And I'm pretty sure there's an Australian Netflix as well. I'm gonna assume there's other versions of Netflix that I don't even know exist. I'm sure there's language options, but I mean like a completely different version. Like, you don't have the same shows we have. You have a Finnish version? Yeah, but is it... Okay. How do you know it's different? Because it could just be the American version with Finnish subtitles. Or it could just be like English subtitles. You know what I mean? Like, language options exist. I'm saying, is it completely different version? I think the answer is yes. I also need like a water treatment center down here too. There's no way. Did this automatically connect? Oh wow, it did. What are the odds? That's never happened before. Never been this good at the game. You don't have like all the movies we do? Yeah, but what I'm saying is they could just put the movies that we have on that version. I don't know. I mean, we have Hollywood, you know? Like, we produce movies every day. It's ridiculous. But the American version of Netflix has a lot of Bollywood stuff on it. It has a lot of Korean movies on it right now. So I'm wondering if they're just building up the platform for everybody to use as like a universal service instead of having like all these different versions of Netflix. Because I mean, like, why would you have 100 different versions of Netflix? That just doesn't really make sense. I get that certain areas have different shows and stuff. I don't know. Anyway. Don't listen to me. I'm just mumbling. I'm just talking without saying anything, you know? Why are people over here dying? I don't understand. I mean, people just moved in over here, so I guess that's why they're not getting educated instantly. Swear, she don't even know, like, how obsessed I am with movies. It's a problem. I watch a movie every day. Yesterday I watched Underwater with Kristen Stewart. I don't know what I'm watching today. I haven't even looked at the list of stuff I have to watch. Oh! It might be Birds of Prey, because I still haven't seen Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. So that's I might just watch that tonight, because I know that's on my list. Look at my blimps. See, now they're spread out. So you get like one over here, one over there. They're just flying around. This whole road is out of employment. Get a job, people! It's almost actually halfway. I didn't expect it to be doing as good as it's doing. Kind of put it there as an experiment. Where's this guy going? Where are you going? Don't turn around. Go through this. Cars charged last week. Two cars went through this. I'm not making any money off of that. I should have put it right here. God dang it. It's okay. It's alright. So here's a view of the temple grounds in Little Tokyo. I like that one side is kind of covered in tall buildings and the other side is covered in these tiny little housing areas. People love their ramen. Apparently. Every time I zoom into something, there's always like a million pedestrians on the side of the road. Like waiting for the buses. Which, speaking of, I do have to do the bus lines over here. I guess technically I have to do the train line too, but it's only 2 stops, so it's kind of awkward. Well, no, it's 3 stops. Wait, why is this not connected? Wait, what? Hold on. It won't curve. Uh-oh. We have a problem. We have a slight issue. It's not doing what it needs to do. Which is simply just either curve that way or curve this way, and it didn't do either one. So now I have to make a huge split there, which is gonna piss off all these shops. Okay, it should totally be able to curve now. Please say yes. Yes. Alright. We've got a loop. Or a back and forth. With the green train. Save. Progress has been made. So I guess the weird thing is that the train line comes inside the city, like on this side, instead of the far side. Like it's on the near the center, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like I used the wrong terminology, and we need to all be adults here. The train line is on this side of the exchange, because this is a hub exchange from the train to the metro, and it also has bus lines down in the middle. So this is like my main transport hub, along with down here I've got my intercity buses connecting to my other buses, and people can just walk right here because it's not that far away if they need to exchange to like the train. So the metro, which goes towards like the center and has stopped literally in the middle of all these buildings, is on the other side of the exchange. So that's what's kind of weird about that. But I think it's more interesting. Plus, it allows you to see the train. Like the train, you get to see the train from the city, and it just makes it look way more busy. As it goes underground, and it crosses to the other side of the metro, and it comes out right there. And it transports, hopefully, power workers, or I guess industrial workers that are working over down here by the nuclear plant and the waste treatment center. So the red line is automatic, and it's people from other maps, or just population in general coming in and out of your city. So then after it goes back to the exchange, it'll stop here across from the other dump. So it's like, it's kind of for the industrial workers, really. That's what the train's for, at least in this map. Yeah, I guess, okay, these people are too close to the train. I don't think adding trees is going to help them feel better. If you live next to a train station, don't complain about the noise of the train. You knew it was there when you moved in. And we have our metro line going. And bus lines to finish it off here. Been using biofuel buses. We do have a depot down here, but I think probably get one down here somewhere. Creates some noise though. Just put it in the middle, I guess. Ooh, baby. I think I still have an intercity hub spot too. Yeah, I do. I have like 2 more. Okay. So one of these lines is gonna go right there. I think we could go all the way to the train station. And back. That's a good line. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll just do that. That works. That's not bad, actually. So that's the purple line, and then we get the last... Oh, wait. I still have another one. Damn. Oh, you know what? Actually, that's the, that would be the... Why do I have a random blue line out here? To go the opposite way? Not to connect to this? That's fine. Whatever. You know what? Fine. Hmm. I'd like a stop here. The game would be kind enough to do that. And then this one will just be the opposite side of the road here. That's pretty much all I needed to cover anyway. What's the color though? I think it's pink or light blue. Yeah, light blue works. And then we save again. And then so this area over here is gonna be like a mix of low-end residential. I might as well just paint the district before we end the stream. It's gonna be a mix of low commercial, low residential, nothing fancy or special. And then this will probably just be more of the same. We'll get a unique building for each district because I like to boost my stuff. Might as well reach that too. We're gonna need a name generator back here or something. The corner. But whose corner is it gonna be? Hit Barlow. That's what it rolled on. Barlow corner. Default. Power, water, smoke. Parks and education. Recreation. Education. Park maintenance. We'll probably get a custom park out here next time. Because I think I actually have to wrap up the stream pretty soon because I'm getting really hungry. I'm gonna have some lamb, pilaf, and zucchini. Mix it all up and put it in my tummy. Make it real yummy. Okay, so what is the unique building in this district? Doesn't have to be anything funny. It can just be this boring building. That would be fine. There, at least we have one in the center. Okay. And then... I have to find a way to get the power across here. I think I'm gonna make these, we've done a thing before where we had, like, rich area cul-de-sacs. I think that's what these are gonna be. Out here. Fence them off and stuff. Can do that on the next Cities Skylines live stream. Follow me now for more content. LOL XD. I'm trying to rush through this, but it's a hard game to, like, sprint your way through. Crazy that my residential area over here has no issues whatsoever, but the commercial area is like, we don't know what to do. What do you mean we have to work? Oh, I need a bus line for this road. What the hell? And then I'll probably only need one bus line for this area over here. I don't think I'm adding other roads, so I guess I could do it now. That's a stop. Gotta get the corner out of the way. Probably have this end be a thing. Here you go. Boom. There's one. Keep one up there. I don't even know if I need a depot for that. Might. There's like nothing out here. Yeah, we'll put it next to this blimp stop. There it goes. Here they are. Like sort of orangish colored passenger buses for people that might want to use this area over here. Which, like I said, is going to be a mix of everything. We'll make these the ones with the bus lanes. These are the roads with the bus lanes. Because why not? I think that's where it ends. We don't need them down here. And then we have bike lanes over here. Dude, we got a whole mix of everything. Like the different types of roads. And just, I mean, yeah, they have different purposes, but it's another way to just make your city look different. Because sometimes just changing a road can, like, really change the look of a city. Completely. Like, that little touch of red in the bus lane can do a lot from far away. But, thank you everybody for lurking and watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's City Skylines live stream. I'll come back to this probably after Christmas. I won't be streaming on the 25th, and I probably won't be streaming on New Year's Eve either. I like to take holidays off from, streaming, even though it's not like a real... It's not a real job, but it's nice to take a day off, you know? So that way I'm not, like, forcing myself to do this. I do this for fun, and I don't want it to become, like, oh, I have to stream or else, you know? But I do have a goal of 1,000 followers, so if anyone wants to help me hit that goal, I think my friend Sophie just hit 1,000 too, which is kind of crazy. Congratulations to her. I'm on my way. I'm next. Me. I need to be next. So I'll see you guys next time on the live stream, probably tomorrow. Another video game, another video day, another gaming experience with yours truly, the loser, Underdog Plays. I'm a loser.